Hi there Virgo, here is a general look at your solar chart for June 2013. Before I look at what the faster moving inner planets are doing, I just want to mention one of the slower moving outer planets which has been affecting your sign for a while and will continue to do so for many years to come. The faster moving inner planets that I speak about every month and the astrologers do, they shift and change very quickly. They're like actors on a stage. It's a bit of a soap opera. They make their entrances and their exits. They have their dramas, but it's all set against the background of the slower moving outer planets, because those planets are the ones that probably wrote the play or the piece or the screenplay, and probably built the theatre or the studio and the stage and all the sound equipment as well, and the cameras, and the slower moving outer planets affect us over great cycles of time. So for you, you've got Neptune opposing your sun sign, and it will be affecting the whole of Virgo, but the further away from the degree that Neptune is currently at, then the less you'll be affected by it. However, it will affect the whole of the sign. And it's going to be affecting mostly 4 to 6 degrees, around about 4 to 6 degrees, mostly at the moment, or if you have 4 to 6 degrees rising is what I meant. But also those of you born about 26th to the 29th of August, also affecting. And really it can, Neptune's in opposition, so it can bring out Neptune's more confusing cloak and dagger side, deception, and that can be self-deception, that can be delusion. So you have to be extra specially careful, and you Virgos tend to be very careful people who are like to be precise. So you've got to be you've got to be extra vigilant, really, because Neptune can lead you up the garden path. I mean, all that glitters is not gold. There could be misinformation around. You could be basing feelings or decisions or actions on something which has no substantial foundation, so anybody or any circumstance in your life really needs to prove itself to you, so that you feel that the ground is very, very solid beneath your feet before you put trust or invest in any way into those people or circumstances or places or whatever they are. Just be extra specially careful. There are those in positions of power, for instance, like we have our own in the UK, George Osborne, who's been having Neptune in a hard angle to his sun. There's also Assad, who's got Neptune in a hard angle to his Mercury, and both of these people are basing their actions, or their decisions and their thinking and their actions on strongly held beliefs, which may actually be based on may have shaky foundations underneath. But the thing about Neptune is, it makes you feel as though you're on some kind of a mission. So all I'm trying to say is, by their fruits shall ye know them. So if somebody that you've if somebody you've taken on board, or something you've taken on board, is consistently not showing the results that you want, instead of keeping on plugging away and ignoring the results and going into a sort of denial because you have this great faith that you are somehow or other on a mission which is bigger than yourself, maybe you just need to kind of bring it all down to the ground, get real about it, and take a very, very hard look. Take a step back and take a cold, hard look at your own motivations. Or maybe you're seeing this in somebody around you, because just because you've got Neptune opposite your Sun doesn't mean to say that you're the one who's behaving in this way. It might be somebody, an opposite number, or somebody that you're in relationship with. Using the examples of Osborne and Assad is to get you to sort of see from the outside how that might be, how that can be affecting you. Having said all that, if you pick your way very, very carefully through the Neptunian mists and fogs and sort of mirages, really, then this planet can deepen your spiritual understanding. It can be incredibly useful for the artists among you, the craftspeople. If you're working with others as a helper in some way, this can increase your sensitivity intuitively, incredibly. I mean, really take it to another level completely, but also deepen your compassion and your empathy as well. So but just remember to draw stronger boundaries around yourself and to keep your feet on the ground with Neptune opposite your Sun, as in the way that it will be for a while. Just this month we've got Saturn, actually started last month, but if you're listening to this in May, it will be in May. Saturn is in a very good angle to Neptune. So Saturn for you at the moment is in your third house, which means you're having to be more self-disciplined and more pondering in your thinking, and keeping more to a regular sort of routine with anything to do with media, communications, that kind of thing, teaching as well, or education, so you as the teacher, you as the student. And Neptune is in your opposite house, so the two of them are making a really good clicking connection at the moment. And it can be that if you're doing anything in communications, that you can begin to sort of enjoy your life as a metaphor, maybe as a kind of see the symbols, see the omens, see the meanings behind the harsh reality of your life. And you could indeed be involved in some kind of media or some using your self-expression, more creatively, and this Saturn-Neptune transit is really going to help you to do that. But even if you're not involved in any kind of literary project or artistic project like that, then in any other way, this particular aspect between these two, because Saturn's in a good angle to your Sun at the moment, a very good angle, giving you the opportunity to get into build a new foundation in that communications area somehow or other. And Neptune, of course, is, as I've explained it, so you can be more imaginative. You can take a little bit more artistic license with things. But even if you're not in the arts or in crafts, then you can see maybe the subtext or the underlying significance in things. And by the way, music, can be more important to you at the moment because of Neptune's association with music. Saturn and Neptune walking hand in hand together during this transit just at the moment is great, because Neptune rules unreality and Saturn rules harsh reality. So putting the two together means that the dreaminess and the visionary qualities of Neptune can be shaped and formed and turned into something real by the matter-of-fact everydayness of Saturn. Also the hard-working angle, of Saturn as well. She does like to build something, and so this helps you to maybe build on dreams and make a dream come true. But yes, so appreciating things on another level. But just getting back to the Neptune opposite your Sun, on that subject there, just almost like do maybe a dummy run on something before you send off that letter or make that promise, or because others, particularly others that in close relationship, family, friends, spouses, lovers, whoever, can convince you of something, sort of whispering in your ear about something, and you go, oh yeah, that's a great idea, yeah, I think I'll go for that. Just run it past some friends before you do go for it. Friends who are not having the transit with Neptune opposite their sun. That's the advice I would give. Anyway, as for the faster moving inner planets, and you're quite a whizzy inner planet person anyway, because Mercury is your ruling planet, this month in June until the 21st, you'll probably be taking your targets and direction in life more seriously, being more aware of image, projecting something, packaging something, coming across in a good way in the eyes of those you wish to impress, whatever that's about. So being consistent, being responsible as you go forwards, and your reputation and image will probably be highlighted, and you'll be keener to show that you come across well, also keener to show authority figures or those in positions of power that you can be reliable and consistent, and it might mean that you are dealing more with bureaucracy as well, and sometimes having to deal with a little bit of red tape, maybe feeling a bit of frustration around that. This is just the time to show more authority, more responsibility, follow a firmer direction or a firm direction yourself, because others may be looking to you in some way, and so you have to be, you have to show that, almost like that parental side of yourself, and also be very aware of the image. And then from the 21st, it's a very busy and progressive time. You're connecting with others in a group context. You're making new contacts, new associations. Friends are going to be highlighted, new ones, old ones, and also this feeling of being with a group of kindred spirits. It's a very future-orientated time. It's a time when you can get the ball rolling on something that maybe you had to shelve a little while back, or maybe a very long time ago, and you may achieve an aim or an ambition which you've been waiting to do for a very long time. Mercury puts the mental focus upon furthering your aims through group associations. Discussions and ideas will inspire and sort of spark off others, and you may be making unusual connections, or maybe within a group of kindred spirits you're off doing things which are maybe unconventional or offbeat in some way. But keep your ear to the ground. It can be very useful. Unusual information could be coming your way. You discover things through the gossiping and the corresponding, and because it can be over the wires. And this is a very, very progressive time, and more involvement with the collective is good and is likely, and it won't be through what you know as much as through who you know, that you can learn and put new information, apply new information. And Mercury is going to be here until the 9th of August. Friends and acquaintances are well starred. Venus is in there as well from the 3rd until the 28th. So you feel that wonderful, warm energy that, human beings, when they're at their best, they can be kind and supportive, and you benefit from Venus here in this sector, a very sociable sector, because she's helping you to blend and merge with others, pool your resources or your forces together. It can be an interesting time. It can actually be a lucrative time connecting with others, because Venus does also rule money, but definitely Venus here will facilitate positive experiences with friends, with associates, new and old. This is a period when you should be putting physical efforts into your goals and ambitions, and whether that's short-term ones or long-term ones, and really putting you need stamina for it, because there's a lot of hustle and bustle around you, and you need to be decisive and energetic and dynamic, and really up for it. So do look after yourself during this phase here. Mars has got a tendency to be controversial up at the top of your chart, where he's going to be all month, and you could be crossing sword with somebody in a position of power, or just somebody who's not really, who's just throwing their weight around, and you can just get frustrated with that, or people who are dragging their feet, or just being incompetent, and it makes you cross. So keep your cool, don't be hasty, and just get on with the master plan. Now, Jupiter changes signs this month. It begins a new cycle on June the 26th, and so for about a year, Jupiter was going to help you to grow through your associations and friendships and contacts, and within a collective, within a group of, specialists or people who've got a special interest in common over this next year, and friends, colleagues, or those who share some sort of interest will expand your mind, but also you could be very much not only the student there, as it were, learning loads from them, but also the teacher there, sharing what you know already. And I mentioned Saturn before, so you just got to be more diligent, speaking, writing, media, education, anything like that. Also, short distance travel. There's kind of some sort of schedule maybe that you have to keep to, and you feel challenged sometimes doing this kind of mental work, but also with communications equipment and vehicles. And with Jupiter, you Virgos born 23rd to 25th of August, or 15th to 23rd of September, or with from 23 degrees rising or 2 degrees up to 2 degrees rising, going to feel this energy the most this month. And with Saturn, it's you Virgos born around about 27th of August to 30th of August, or with 4 to 7 degrees rising, you're going to feel the energy the most this month. And that's it for June. If you know your rising sign or your moon sign, listen to the forecast for those, and just take the bits that you need and that fit, and throw the rest away. And also, if you want to know what the other slower moving outer planets are doing there, and which part of your sign they may be affecting this month, go to my website. It's written up there, and I'll see you the next time.